Hi guys, it's me, the Witch of Boise, here to do another episode of Toasty Tarot Nights. Toasty Tarot Nights. This is a show that I do on an almost weekly basis where we have some drinks, we have some cocktails, mocktails, coffee, tea, water, whatever you're drinking, and read some tarot, read some cards, and just kind of chat and hang out. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below, tell me if any of this resonates with you. Also, if love becomes a part of a reading today, my default is reading to a female about a male, so pronouns are interchangeable. He's can be she's can be he's, he, she, them or they, whatever is going on in your life. We're gonna get started. Let's cheers. Let's cheers to, it's Friday. It's finally Friday. Ooh, so excited. Ooh, clink. So good. All right, we're gonna do our A.E. Waite tarot. I want to call it Wyatt, and I catch myself doing that, so you don't have to correct me because I know I'm saying it wrong. It's just like hair font. I used to call it Aerofont, and someone on Reddit, which I'm looking at you, was so rude and said, never say that again. And it's like, Aerofont, get out of here. But I was told on that it is Hierophant. But it's in the eye of beholder, you know, it's tomato, tomato, potato, patata. Ooh! So, just a little side note, I did film a general read right before this, and there's a repeat card in here. It's actually very interesting, so we'll have to talk about it. Because it also, I'm so sorry. I know we're in the middle of this pandemic, and one of the things is to not touch your face, and I am so sorry. You are going to see so much face touching in this. Like, I am so bad. I don't know how to control it. I am a face toucher. I've washed my hands. We are good. I'm at home. I haven't been out and about. So, yeah, just putting that warning out there. I can just imagine some of you, oh my God, she touches her face so much. And I'm just like, ah! Wow, that cocktail is hitting me. Oh, guys, it's been a week. It's been a year, huh? It's been a real week, though. We'll talk in a sec. Okay. I have my Witch's Tarot, and these are going to be my clarifying cards. And then last but not least, I'm going to do Earth Magic as a oracle card. Oh, cool. We're going to let that go. How many is that? Okay, we'll take it. Okay. So our first card is the Six of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Clarifying that. And then we have the Three of Cups. This was a repeat on that reading I mentioned a little bit ago. But it was in the reverse in the other reading. But this is upright, and it's being clarified by the Chariot in reverse. Okay. Interesting. And then we have the Knight of Cups. This was another repeat. The Knight of Cups in reverse, and it was also in reverse. And that's being clarified by the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And that's being clarified by the Tower in reverse. And then we have the Nine of Wands, and that is being clarified by the Lovers in reverse. Okay, and so then with our, I just felt myself like touch my face. So Then we have our Earth Magic cards. And so we have Eagle, which is communion. Then we have Fire, passion. Stone People, vigilance. And then Rainbow, blessings. Really good. This is really good to have. Okay, so it feels like that there is going to be, I'm getting like someone that feels like you've known them, but you don't. And this can be like long lost family members. This can be like a cousin or just like a distant relative. Maybe it is also like a friend that you've heard about from another friend. And you're going to be hearing from this person or have them kind of enter into your life very quickly. So keep your eyes out for that. But this person I'm getting is going to be good. I don't get like a negative energy of anything that's going on. It's just that this is going to be someone that is coming into your life. And I feel like it's going to be a really good friendship, a really good community. And that's why I'm thinking like it might be a friend of a friend. But it can be a family member, someone that maybe you don't know about, that is in town or something that is like that. And this is like really a time, it's really fascinating to see how many people are connecting during this time in quarantine, which it's not physically connecting, but it's reaching out virtually and things like that. So it's a really cool kind of energy that's happening right now. And this could be something that is like a virtual hangout too. Maybe like playing video games, or like there's virtual happy hours that are going on around. I'm actually going to one later tonight after I'm done filming. So that's definitely something that is happening. Now, with it being clarified by the Chariot in reverse, that feels like there's a little bit of an imbalance. And perhaps that might be the drinks that are talking to you. And that can be also moderation as well. So just make sure that you're watching if you are partaking in any sort of alcohol or any sort of substance, that you are doing it in moderation and that you're not going over the edge, because that can be something where it's going to derail you off a little bit. Now, with the Knight of Cups being in reverse and being clarified by the Two of Pentacles in reverse, there's something that you've been really focusing on. This is in the center of the cards. So there's something that you've been really wanting to come towards you, that really wanting to approach you, to propose to you, like an idea, maybe someone to say hi. This can be in like romance. This can be a friend or something that is like that. And it feels like you're really kind of honed in on this. So it's really time to like let that go. And I know that it's really easy, especially right now that we're all in our house. And it's really easy to get really hyper focused on stuff. So it's making sure that you're letting stuff go. If it's meant to be, it will come to you. And, you know, you don't have to be stubborn. You can definitely reach out as well. But it feels like that there's not a whole lot of energy of balancing other things. And that's kind of the message that with the Chariot in reverse on the, over here. So there's definitely an imbalance that's going on right now. So really focus on what is getting you a little bit off balance. How can we kind of move this into getting back on track? Now it feels like that there is, maybe there's someone that's in your family, or like close circle that isn't really following directions. And they're not like, staying in quarantine. I know at least with us in Idaho, we have a stay-at-home order. So we can only go out if we're doing anything that's essential, but we are required to stay at home. But we can still go hiking and things like that. And people are really taking it as a vacation. Like no one's staying at home, it feels like. And it's really bumming me out because it's like, come on, this is why, like, we have to like flatten the curve. Like this is the whole point. And it feels like that there's a change that needs to be made and it's not being made right now. So if someone that you know isn't really following directions, they're doing whatever they want, they're treating this like a vacation, maybe you're being invited to a party, maybe like a physical party to come over. Just decline and say, no, I don't want to get sick. We just have like a pandemic that's going on. I don't need it's something that's like that, where it's being the change in order for them to stop. But yeah, I'm getting family member. So this can be a younger or an older person, but it can also be a friend as well. Now, there's a choice that, because this is the Lovers in reverse. That's why I'm saying choice. I'm not getting romance of this being the clarifying card. So there's a choice that has been made. And it was a fairly quick choice. There wasn't a lot of thought. There wasn't a lot of laying it out. And I feel like this is a part of your imbalance. But this choice has made you really, really defensive. And this could be you or someone that is close to you. And it can be their choice of doing their normal thing. And they're going to be really defensive in that sense. Where it's this is my decision to do this, and this is my decision to do that. Well, you can also make a decision to be you can do that, but I'm also looking out for my health, or I'm also looking out for my energy space. That's been my biggest thing, where it's I don't want to be around people that are negative Nancy's. I don't like it, and it might get a little bit defensive when you do put those boundaries up, when you say, hey, I'm not cool with this. And you might get a little bit of pushback, but not too bad. But this feels like this pushback's going to be a little bit on a decision that wasn't really thought through. This was something that was just pushed at, So we have Eagle, which is communion. The first thing that comes to my mind when it is a communion is obviously it's Catholic, church. That's kind of where I go, where my head goes. I went to a Catholic school for a year in high school, so I'm an expert at it. No, I'm not. I'm not at all. But that's the thing that comes to my mind is communion. Okay, if I could actually look up Eagle, that would be great. I usually never look at these, this booklet specifically. Here, the man and eagle make contact through eyes, and spirit through. Oh my God, make contact through their eyes and spirits. The man has performed a ceremonial calling to the eagle brother, who now comes to him as a familiar friend. It is an intimate relationship between a human being and feathered being, one both spirit and flesh. Yet it is ultimately this deep spiritual kinship that connects them, formed from their recognition of the sacredness of this bond. Eagle spirit is often associated with the highest and noblest, encouraging us to let our spirit soar. Through this communion, we know that we can touch the sky. We know that we can be more than just two-legged creatures clinging to the ground. We're intimately related to all life on the planet. And it's through communing that with any expression of life that we realize how vitally connected we are. Okay, so the first thing that came up to my mind was the relationship. It's an intimate relationship between these two. And that's why I'm thinking this is a friend issue. This is a friend, not an issue, but a friend reading. This is someone that you're connected to. So I feel like you're waiting for them to contact you and you're doing that. Well, this is a joint effort. This is something where you are going to be connected. Now we have fire and passion, and I feel like this is the time that we have extra time to do and really explore your passions, really explore the fire that is in your belly. That's drawing, that's writing, that's baking, that's things that you just really like to do and just enjoy it. that's the thing about this, where it's, you want to make sure that you have a different mindset of what's going on. That yes, it is a scary time, and there's a lot of panic. There's a lot of just really scariness that's happening. But it's kind of shifting that mindset to being like, yes, this is it. And it's not being delusional. It's being accepting of what is happening, but as well as saying, I'm thankful for this time that I get to do this. And showing that gratitude of what is happening. Because we might never get this chance in a lifetime. So it's seize the moment. And really, that doesn't mean seize the moment and go outside and do whatever the heck you want to do. But it seize the moment and find the passion that's within you. What do you want to explore to burn that fire? Now we have the stone people, which is vigilance. Now this is being vigilant of other people. This can be also other relationships. This person that you might be waiting for to contact you, they might not be really great. Maybe that's the reason where it's the universe is like, no, they're not good for you. Move on. It's just being vigilant in the sense of knowing where your boundaries are and knowing what you want. So like, for instance, if you are a single person and you're dating and you're wanting a committed monogamous relationship, and then this person that seems really, really great comes along and they're looking for something that is a fling, that is, there's no depth to it. I know at least when I was younger, I was like, hell yeah. And that's the thing with maturity. It's just knowing what you want and being like, okay, you obviously want something that's different, and that's okay. That there's nothing wrong with that. That is the same thing with someone being like, I like you only as a friend. Being shut down, and I get it. It sucks. It sucks to be rejected. But if someone says, I like you as a friend, well, you should just have that in your heart to being like, well, that makes me awesome because I'm a great friend. And not go into the spiral of like, well, it's because of this or this and this, you know? Sometimes you're just not someone's cup of tea in a certain aspect or at all. And you just have to accept it and thank them for being honest and move forward. That's all you gotta do. And then we're ending this on rainbow, which is blessing. So just know through all of these hard times that we are being blessed with a lot of stuff. And so it's really making sure that we are showing gratitude and that we are appreciating the goodness that's going on in our life. All right, guys, that is it for that reading. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below. Tell me if any of this resonates with you. I've got a lot to share, so it's only going to be one reading today. So I hope it did resonate with you. I hope you found a good message within that. So let's cheers really quick. Cheers! Clink. Oh. All right. So on March 31st. Oh my gosh. It's been a crazy week. So this was, I'm working at home, which I'm really thankful for that. So I'm working at home. This is my first week at home. And Tuesday was, I think that was the 31st. I don't know. I don't know anything right now. But on Tuesday, I specifically remember being like, oh my God, it's only Tuesday and it feels like it's a Friday. It was. So, it was rainy all day. Just gloomy. The really cool thing about people not, that are being quarantined inside, I have a big window right here. And when I'm working over here. And so I can kind of see what's going on. And I haven't seen so much wildlife ever here. It's been really cool. Like also, I've sometimes seen like falcons and things like that, but it's few and far in between because there's usually people out and everything. Well, it was rainy, so no one was walking, and it was awesome. So I saw some ducks, I saw some geese, I saw birds. I saw all of this really, like, just really cool creatures. And I was really excited. And then I saw 3 crows. Now, if you watch, or if you are following me on Instagram, then you already know this. But just as a synopsis, that 3 crows is a message has happened to me at the beginning of Witch of Boise. This is something that tells me that I'm being guided in the right way. It's mystery and magic and things like that. And I haven't seen them for a while. And right out my freaking front door, like front yard, there's 3 crows. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So I sit down and I film them, and I'm so excited because I'm like, it's 3 crows, holy crap. Well, it was all gloomy, super gloomy all day. And so we got paid that day. So I went to the bank to deposit my check, came back, and on the way back, the foothills are just dark. It's just dark, 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 dark. And then there's 3 crows that are on a telephone pole, which actually, now thinking about it, really freaks me out, because that's also a sign of my cousin that passed away, Tim. That's really terrifying now. Not terrifying, it's great, but that's interesting. Things are bit and pieced together. So anyways, I'm like, wow, 3 crows and two pair or 2 groups within hours of each other. That's pretty incredible. So I get home. I have not recorded any sort of readings. There has been a moment where I was just like, I'm kind of done. I've been getting a lot of people that are pressing me about what's going to happen and future stuff. And that's not necessarily what I like to do. What I like to do is kind of like spiritually guide you guys, give you the encouragement of being your best self, and rather than like fortune telling. So, I just kind of needed to unplug from it, and it was getting a little bit overwhelming. So I recorded a video. I recorded a general reading, and it's going to be tomorrow. It will be released tomorrow at 5 a.m. Mountain Time. And so I felt really good about it. I'm like, okay, I got this. It's fine. And I'm going to start doing general reads pretty short instead of doing the whole spread, because I don't feel like they're appreciated enough. And so I'm going to try to find another way of incorporating those a different way, maybe like a monthly thing. But I recorded that. I was uploading, and then all of a sudden I hear some sort of thunder, and I'm like, that is the weirdest thunder I've ever heard. And then my house started to shake, and I was in an earthquake. I've never experienced an earthquake before, and I have to tell you, I never want to again. I kind of like spazzed out a little bit. I've never encountered anything so loud. And I think like when things start to get into a certain point with me, I really hear a lot. There's points where I've had, and it sounds crazy, but like I can connect with people, and like people that are not here with us. So like spirits and things like that. I like to connect with them in my dreams, because then I can kind of control it. Sometimes I can't, and it just sounds like a lot of screaming, and I can't really describe it because it's not really screaming, but that's like the volume that it's at, and it's not really. And so I felt that it was already loud, and then everything was shaking. I have chimes and bells everywhere, and they were all going off, and I'm running back and forth. Like, I don't know what to do. And I'm so thankful for my best friend that lives in Salt Lake City. They went through an earthquake about 2 weeks ago, And she told me what to do. So I'm like forever thankful because I don't know what I would have done. So I grabbed Coda. Coda, my dog, was barking hysterically, thinking that someone was at the house, that someone was coming in. So she was like on attack mode. So I freaking grabbed her. I ran underneath this table and just braced her, and she's still barking. And it was the most terrifying minute, and it felt like an eternity. My cats were just running back and forth throughout the house, full speed. And because they're feeling me freak out, so they don't know what to do. And I'm holding my dog, and I'm feeling the floor sway, and it was just awful. It was an awful feeling because I didn't pray, but I'm just like, if this ceiling falls down on me, I don't know how I'm going to get out. And that was like my first thought of like, okay, it's like game plan. What happens if this happens? And I'm just holding on to this barking dog and just like, how am I going to do this? And like, what happens to my cats? Like, they're not with me. And it was just awful. It was an awful, awful feeling. Luckily, no damage. Everything's great. And I feel so dramatic afterwards. But it was terrifying. It was so scary. And I did not like it. And so after everything was said and done and I settled down, I really started to think about those 3 crows. 3 crows. And it's actually my medicine cards. Crows are law. So they see the past, present, future. They're shapeshifters. And they shapeshift through time. So time is irrelevant. And so I'm thinking about these 3 crows where it's past, present, future. It's accept the past. Embrace embrace the present. Be here now. And then the future is uncertain and is not given to you. And it was a pretty powerful moment in my life because it was insane. And I don't know. I didn't sleep at all the next night because I'm thinking about aftershocks and things like that. And one of the reasons I've really unplugged with news, I've just been really trying to focus on hiring my vibration and like just being joyful and being thankful for where I am and just finding things that are funny to me and like lifting my spirits in that. And it was just like, there was a news article that was a local news article talking about, well, it's not likely, but an aftershock can be bigger than that earthquake. And it was just like, why? Like, I understand that you are trying to inform people. And so just in case it happens, I get that. But why is this your headline? This is so stupid. And it's sensationalizing a panic. And I am so over it. I'm done. I'm done with news and I'm done with all of that because that freaked me out. And I was up all night just being like, this is it. And there was a point where I actually was like starting to relax and I was getting untense. And then you know that feeling where you kind of feel like you're floating because you're falling asleep a little bit. Then I'm thinking, oh, this is the aftershock. And I woke right back up. So that's a suggestion to you as well. If you're feeling like you're in that panic and you're really in a negative headspace, unplug for a while. Unplug from the negative news places because they don't give a shit about us. They don't. All they're doing is trying to get as much clicks and as much views as possible. And it's not caring about people. And that's the thing that I'm so done. I'm so done with that kind of mindset. I am all about facts and being smart about things and moving forward from it and going into a positive headspace. But this negativity bullshit that's happening, I'm done. I am done with it. So with that being said, I gotta go. So let's cheers. Let's cheers to being a light and being positive during these turbulent and shaking times. Clink. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm so happy that I got to spend some time with you. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe, also comment below. Tell me if any of these resonates with you, or if you want to start a conversation, tell me your earthquake stories. I'd love to hear them. Yeah, I'm doing general reads, so just check those out. Those will be posted, I'm trying to do on a daily basis at 5 a.m. Mountain Time. All right, guys, I will see you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.